Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to level your limit bursts. And what you're looking at right now is the emulator running on a computer. So I just did Ifrit, and this is the result of farming for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue so you guys can see how amazing this is. Alright, so I'm going to skip the video, the introduction or cutscene right there. And it's connecting. Okay, almost there guys, sorry about that. Alright, so there we go. Got our results of that last session of leveling the limit burst. And now pay close attention. Once I hit the next button, you'll see that the gauges for the limit burst go up slightly. Okay. Alright, I'm going to hit next. Alright, let's go back into it. So, let's go to 15. Hit next. Now, for this to work, I really recommend that you do not take a friend. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really short. The way I'm able to do this is I'm not doing damage to the enemy. I'm only countering with Ring of the Lucii. So, I'll show you that in a moment. Alright, so the way this is working out is I have one unit that has limit burst slowly leveling. I have actually 5 units that are leveling the limit burst. And right here in the abilities, you see I have ignorance. And also I'm using the Prodigy's Goggles. The Prodigy's Goggles, it gives you 2 limit bursts per turn. Ignorance gives you 2 limit bursts per turn. So that's 2 times 3, that would be 6. And then the Prodigy's Goggles would be 8. The Jake's Pirate Ring and the Magical Top Hat both give me 1 each. So that's 10 limit bursts per turn. I am not doing damage to Ifrit because I have the Fire Elemental Weapon. And that's what this does. It's a Wind Talon. So yeah, I'm not doing any damage. And I'm using Lordly Robe to give myself protect and shell. So going back to the other units, it's pretty much the same setup across the board. And yeah, here I have ignorance all filled on my A2 and also Fire Elemental Weapon. So that's one unit, and let's go back to, well, actually let's go to the next unit. Next unit is also an A2. You can tell it's a different unit because I have a different equipment. I just went to the next A2. So on this A2, it's the same thing. It's full of ignorance, TMRs, and I have flame mail to get myself some fire resistance, and the magical top hat's giving me 1 limit burst to get A2 to half of her limit burst gauge. It's 9 limit burst crystals, so that's 8 right here from the materia slots, and 1 from the hat from Lucius Nicole. Okay, moving on, I have Knight Delita. He's got all ignorance TMRs also. And the Prodigy's Goggles, Jake's Pirate Ring. He only needs really 16, but I wanted to just give him some more. Alright, next one is Luca. So she has ignorance, that's 6. And then she has 2 from the Prodigy's Goggles. And the very important thing is the Ring of the Lucii. You want to have Ring of the Lucii right here. At least one person with Ring of the Lucii. Whoever has the Ring of the Lucii, you want to make sure that they have tetrasulfide, because tetrasulfide reduces the chance of getting targeted. So what that's going to do is, as you counter with Holy from Ring of the Lucii, what's going to happen is you're going to be getting targeted a lot less. And this will work as long as everyone has a fire elemental weapon, then you're good. Okay, and the counter from Holy, it scales off the magic stat. So if you really want to go for longer sessions, I recommend that you take any magic on your character and just take it off. Like for example, I have a Lordly Robe here. Maybe I want to go longer. I don't want to get hit as much. So in that case, I might just go for something like Apron's Dress. Something with no magic. As long as you can get the magic stat to be really, really low, as low as you can, then you should be going for a lot longer, because countering from Holy, from the Ring of the Lucii, it'll hit for less, and then you'll be able to go longer. So without further ado, let me just go on to the next part. So yeah, just make sure that you have the Ring of the Lucii holder. Whoever has the Ring of the Lucii has to have tetrasulfide, so that that unit will have very little chance of being targeted. So what's going to do, you're going to be using Holy a lot less, as opposed to having the Ring of the Lucii on someone without tetrasulfide. So that's how this is working. So let's go and start it up, and you'll see how this works. Now, getting your limit burst to level 25 is still a very long process, but what I figured is that why do this limit burst leveling on one character when really I can do it on 5? So as you can see, I have auto attack, and all my characters are already at half the limit burst. When the limit burst gets full on all 5 characters, they activate it. So this is the part where they all use it. And A2 is really hard to level because the HP sacrifice is very, very difficult to heal. So what I had to do was I had to put 2 healers. I have Luca, and Arya's giving me a very huge percentage heal, and Luca gives me a small heal, but it also heals over time. And the reason I want to get A2 is because, well, the Berserk, it gives you so much damage once it's active. If I get it to max, then it's going to be very good DPS. And also I thought I would toss in Knight Delita. Now when Knight Delita gets his limit burst to level 25, that's when he gets the attack and magic break to be 65% reduction in attack and magic on the enemy for 3 turns. So if you can just imagine using Knight Delita's limit burst at max level on an enemy like the 10-man trials, for example, like Sheraton, then your chances of surviving are just way, way higher. Much, much higher. So the way that I pretty much do this, I let the game run on auto for like 4 hours, and then I check it again. And once the enemy is very close or it's already dead, then I just look at the rewards, and the rewards is basically the experience in the limit burst. So it's pretty easy to see that this is working, because earlier in the day it said that to level the limit burst it required like 1,300 points, and every time you activate a limit burst you actually increase the gauge a little bit. So by activating the limit burst on all my characters at the same time, it's causing the limit burst gauge on the experience to fill up slightly. So you can also use pots, but pots it's very hard to come by, and this is an alternative for people that really feel that, you know, if you want to take advantage of a character's limit burst gauge, then this is slow. But at least the way that I'm doing it, I'm doing 5 characters at a time. So instead of spending like 5 times longer to level 1 by 1, I'm doing 5 at a time. I think that's the most time efficient way of doing it. And from when I tested it, it works pretty well. It works very, very well. I think another alternative to make it go longer is if I were to give Luca the Great Raven's cape, because that would be 75%, and then maybe switch her out for some other Esper. That could work too. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the way that this is working. And also, I recommend that if you guys are interested in doing this, that you save your Jack TMRs, because Jack TMR is what makes this possible. It's your bread and butter. And also, do not dual wield. Yeah, absolutely, do not dual wield. The reason why you don't want to dual wield is because having one attack animation, it takes less time than having two attack animations. And by having dual wield, you're just kind of wasting time. As you can see, when my units attack, they only attack one time, and if you have dual wield, you're going to be attacking twice. It will take you much longer to get your limit burst gauge full when you have another attack animation. Another thing that I recommend for this to happen is that you set all your effects to off. You don't want to see like a huge mechs flying with your 2Bs, or you don't want to see background effects with your A2s. So I would recommend that you go to the menu, and then you just go to the options right here. And in the options, what you want to do is turn all your effects off. The only thing you want to have is the auto limit burst to be set to on. That's the only thing. Also, if you are running an emulator, what I highly recommend is set the settings on the graphics to the lowest resolution possible if you do not have a very good computer. So as you can see, for example, right here I have the startup settings at 800 by 600. Why? Because a lower resolution will make the game run faster. And other than that, you could also try updating your graphics card drivers, or you could just run it on a faster computer. Now, for running it on a tablet or a mobile phone, I highly recommend that the screen does not go off, or you do not have some kind of timeout settings, because if you do, chances are the battle will reset and you'll probably have to start over again. So I don't recommend that. That's why I think for this specific reason, for leveling the limit burst, it's best done on an emulator, because an emulator will run forever unless you have some kind of power settings on the computer that make it go to sleep, in which case I set mine to off, so it's always on. But yeah, guys, I definitely wanted to just show you that this is what I've been up to for the past 2 to 3 months. I've been working so hard in FFBE to get this particular setup where I could have 5 characters activating the limit burst gauge every other turn. And it's going to take some time, but very soon I'm going to have units that are maximum limit burst gauge, fully awakened, max potted. And when you have characters like that, then the game just becomes much more enjoyable, and you can clear a lot more content. So that's the reason why I did this. I didn't want to just do one character. It would take so long to do just one character the way I'm doing it and showing you right now, as opposed to doing 5 at a time. It's a lot more efficient, I think. But definitely, if you guys are interested in doing this, I highly recommend that you do not fuse your Jack units. Jack is from Final Fantasy Type 0, and it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of patience to get 20 Jack Trust Mastery rewards, because it did for me, and it took me about 2 to 3 months, and I was just like, oh my god, when is this gonna end? When am I gonna actually get some really nice stuff instead of farming these Trust Mastery rewards, But in the end, I think it's paying off. So yeah, short term, if you do decide to do this on your account, expect to not get any really good items for 2 to 3 months. And it's going to suck. You're going to see maybe 3 to 4 events where you're just farming this thing, and You're not getting the items that are from that banner or that new unit. But after you're done, I mean, like in my case now, then the game just becomes a lot more fun, and it's a do it once and you're done kind of deal, because this is future proof. Whereas if you were to TMR like an item from a character that came out like a year ago, it would be obsolete. It would absolutely be obsolete now because of power creep. And with this, well, this is not going to go away anytime soon. I mean, this can be used on any character, and I think it's a very efficient way of using my energy and using my characters to maximize their fighting ability with Limit Burst. So yeah, I definitely think it is worth it. Now, as for maxing a character, I think it'll take maybe a week, possibly a week. I'm not sure. This is the first day I'm starting off, but I will compare it a week from now, and we'll see how my characters are doing a week from now. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this to anyone who has enough patience and willing to do it. As for me, in my account, if you are following me on Facebook and you're a friend, all I can say to you guys is expect to see my friend units for my friend unit in your account. If you are using my friend unit, they're all going to be maximum limit burst, like maximum level 25 limit burst, max potted, you know, all of that. So that's pretty much the goal. The goal is to have all 6-star characters max potted, fully awakened with maximum limit burst. And yeah, so that is the goal, and this is one of the steps I took to make that happen. Anyway, if you liked the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and just keep in mind that this is gonna take 3 months, guys. But once you get this done, once you have this done, you can like roll through content. I'm not kidding. Like Knight Delita, 65% attack and magic reduction on any enemy. That's gonna be amazing, especially on Sheraton. I mean, it'll just be like walking through the park, man. There's nothing that can stop you once you level your limit burst. I think personally, leveling a limit burst is 25% of what a character can do for you, right? And if you don't, you're only using like 75% of the character. It's true, because you know you have abilities, you got the TMRs, but the limit burst is like 25% of what a character can do, especially now that you have Cloud. So yeah, imagine for people that if you just pulled Cloud, this is all the more reason why you might want to consider doing something like this, because it takes a long time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you want for more videos. I'll be making some more videos, and I'm also going to be streaming on Twitch. Twitch is going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'll be leaving some more info about that in another video as far as Twitch information and where to find me. Okay, so yeah, have a good holiday, guys. Stay safe, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video.